Hello, welcome to Sunday's 9 o'clock news. Headlines tonight. Review of benefit payments to refugees and asylum seekers is underway as government grapples with managing high numbers seeking shelter here.
If there's a ceiling there that we don't go above that ceiling, we remain under it, and we do meet and support the people that we need to support.
Gardaí are investigating the murder of a man in Sallins in County Kildare. A 23-year-old man has been arrested. Tens of thousands of Palestinians ordered to evacuate Rafah as US says Israel has no credible plan to protect civilians. And Jimmy's winning matches. Donegal claimed the Ulster title, beating Armagh on penalties in Clones. A government review of payments made to Ukrainian refugees and other asylum seekers is underway, with a memo due to be brought to Cabinet this week.
Other fresh food. This newly opened rental shop is getting people on their bikes too.
We get a lot of local customers, a lot of people just looking to try electric bikes and all that sort of thing. We have gotten calls about people coming from all across Ireland just to try out the Greenway and rent some bikes for the day or for the weekend.
Cyclists pedalled through thunderstorms this afternoon on the newest and final stretch connecting Meath to Cavan. Its completion marked with an official opening in Kilmainham Wood along the Old Midland Great Western Railway.
County Meath, a very rural part of the county, connecting into Kingscourt. It brings that strong connection, as always been here, over 130 years when the railway line was opened back in 1870. So this is a new reconnection of those parts of the county together.
It's hoped the Greenway will bring tourists to see the Boyne Valley and Lakelands of Cavan from off the beaten track. Laura Hogan, RTE News.
Now Ivan is here with all of Sunday sports news. Ivan.
Thanks very much, Eileen. Good evening. The Ulster football final went to extra time for the third year in a row today. Donegal and Armagh couldn't be separated in open play, however, as the destination of the Anglo-Celt Cup was dramatically decided on penalties.
Clonus celebrations after a vintage Ulster final. Donegal supporters savouring a dramatic win over Armagh. A penalty shootout would decide this epic contest. In sudden death, Sean Patton would be the hero.
Donegal have won the Ulster Championship. The dance, the jig, the reel.
This Clonus contest tight and tactical right from the off. Ballybuffet's Oisín Gallen kicking one of the game's better scores.
Hurling it in.
Donegal, who featured in 11 of the last 14 Ulster deciders, had Darragh O'Wheel in scoring form too. Advantage Armagh by half-time, but only just 10 points to 9, the score at the break. The man nicknamed Turbo boosted Armagh's scoring tally, Conor Turbot posing big problems to Donegal's defence. Kieran McGeeney's side began to pull away, Stephen Campbell doing his bit too for the Orchard County. Donegal, though, were far from finished. Paddy McBrearty key to their late surge.
When the pressure is on, when a leader is required.
15 points apiece, the Ulster final was heading for extra time. There was no separating the sides in extra time, so the destination of the Anglo-Celt Cup would be decided by spot kicks. Delight for Donegal, more bitter disappointment for Armagh. Jimmy continues to win matches. Eamon Horan, RTE News.
Yeah, so a big day for the Donegal team and manager Jim McGuinness, who spoke afterwards to our Gaelic Games correspondent Marty Morrissey.
And the celebrations are continuing here in St. Tunick's Park in Clonus as Donegal win their 11th title. The magic man is here beside me. Division 2 title, Ulster Championship for the 11th time in their history. In 4 months, Jim McGuinness, what have you got? My word, you've got something special.
Well, I don't know about that, Marty, but we're delighted. We're absolutely delighted. I suppose in terms of where the boys were and sort of the way they put their head down and went about their business all year, you know, in convoy night after night and trying to improve and develop and grow. And it has been a very kind of steep trajectory in the sense that, you know, you're pulling a lot of things together, a backroom team together. We had a long trial period because, you know, I wasn't as au fait with the players that we were the last time round. And you're trying to build a game plan and you're trying to build fitness and all these things. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind, but we're absolutely delighted to be here today.
One quick question. The character that you've built up. There were 4 points down I'm pretty sure you were worried at that stage. The substitutions played a big role. But what was happening in your heart?
No, you know what, Marty? You're always apprehensive when you're not leading, that's for sure. But in the game against Armagh, up in Armagh, the same situation unfolded, and they responded really well. At the end of the game, Rian O'Neill kicked a monster, and they responded. The same thing happened in the league final, and then twice against Tyrone, they were 3 points down. And the second time in the second half, it did feel like, you know, a significant lead, but they did manage to find a way through all of that just to keep on task and keep sort of believing in what we were doing, and they were, you know, they were brilliant there at the end.
They were, and so were you. Well, congratulations to McGuinness on winning the Ulster title. Good to see you too. Heartbreak for Armagh, but the night and the day and the Ulster title belongs to Donegal.
Now, Dublin have won a 14th successive Leinster football title, but they didn't have it all their own way today. Louth put up a huge fight against the All-Ireland champions at Croke Park.
Ultimately, the game produced the expected outcome. A year on from a 21-point Leinster final defeat to Dublin, this was much more of a contest. Louth held a 1-point lead at half-time, but the prospect of a first Leinster title since 1957 still seemed remote. Dublin's bright start to the second half edged them in front. The response from Louth was impressive. They regained the lead with Kieran Keenan's goal. When Niall MacDonald's kick-out failed to find his intended target, Dublin capitalised.
Oh, that kick-out just didn't work, and it's Jack McCaffrey ready to punish it in as far as O'Callaghan to bury it in the corner, which of course he does, and gets his 17th ever championship goal in the process.
Thereafter, Dublin were largely in control. Craig Lennon's late goal cut the final winning margin to 4 points.
We went in 1 point down. It's unusual probably in Leinster Championship for us to be in that situation, but remain calm, and I think ultimately there was that self-belief and that we'd get to figure it out.
The Sam Maguire defence continues for Dublin against Mayo, Roscommon and Cavan in the group phase of the All-Ireland series. Dave Kelly, RTE News.
There were 2 games in the Tailteann Cup today. In Group 2, Tipperary were beaten on the road in Antrim 4-12 to 2-13, the final score at Corrigan Park. And in Group 3, Laois and Carlow drew 2-17 apiece. It was a late penalty which secured the draw for Carlow, Aaron Ammond raising the green flag in the 76th minute, and that was the last kick of the game. Now, the Dublin ladies footballers also won a Leinster title today, beating Meath by 3-17 to 8 points. First half goals by Carla Rowe and Jennifer Dunn helped make Boneside to a 2-8 to 2-point lead at half time. Emma Duggan scored all but one of Meath's points in the second half, but didn't live with Dublin. Caoimhe O'Connor with the third goal. In Connacht then, Galway beat Mayo in a tighter affair. The sides were level at 6 points apiece at half time, and Galway outscores their neighbours by 1-5 to 3 points after the break. Andrea Trill with Galway's goal in the 67th minute. It finished 1-11 to 9 points. Manchester United women have won their first major trophy with a 4-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup final. In the Premier League, meanwhile, finally at the Wells Fargo Championship on the PGA Tour, Rory McIlroy is now the outright leader. He had back-to-back birdies on 8 and 9, and then an eagle 3 here on the par 5 10th. On 14 under par, he is 1 clear of the overnight leader, Xander Schauffele. Seamus Power is inside the top 20 on 1 under. That's your sport for now, so it's back to Eileen.
Thanks very much, Yvonne.